Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Matt Evelo Outdoors. On this episode, we're going to be showing you some footage from a couple different sits this week. This is the week after Thanksgiving, and we got a pretty major cold front that came through North Florida. I'm talking temperatures 30, 31 degrees earlier this week, so freezing temperatures. The deer definitely felt it, and they were up and moving, as you're going to see in the footage. And then yesterday, November 30th, we connected on an 8-point buck for you guys, which you're going to see later in the episode. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get to it. So I had a buddy go out and sit one of my hunting properties, good friend of mine, and he had a real nice 8-point come out. One of the bucks that I have on camera that I personally would shoot if he came out. Mature buck, probably 4 years old. And so I was sitting at a different property, and I got the camera notifications. He hadn't even texted me that he'd shot yet. Got the camera notifications, seeing him walk past the camera. I'm like, it's 5:15 in the afternoon. Like, he's been in the stand an hour. So the only way he's walking in front of this camera is if he has shot something. So shoot him a text. I'm like, hey man, like, you shoot? Like, what's going on? And he let me know that he'd shot this wide 8-point, which I knew exactly which deer he's talking about. And so he went to look for this deer, and unfortunately didn't see any blood, didn't see any hair, no meat, nothing. And so he looked a good ways and didn't find anything. So he was going to go back this morning, let it lie overnight in case it was dead somewhere, just didn't bleed. We got below freezing temperatures last night, so no harm leaving it overnight. But about 1 a.m. last night, my camera got notifications, and when I got up this morning, I checked, and the buck was there. He did hit him with the shot, as you can see in the photo. It looks like he got him like right on the lower neck. Probably went through like a little bit of meat right there, but it missed anything vital. But good news is the buck's still alive. So hopefully we'll have an opportunity at that buck again. It's also good news that that buck actually came back to where he heard that gunshot and everything. You know, I figured it'd be a couple days at least before we saw something on camera, but the fact that he came back that like last night, you know, hours after the shot, I think that's a good sign. But we're going to be heading out there later this afternoon. I'm on my lunch break at work right now, and as soon as I get off, it's not ideal, but as soon as I get off, I'm going to speed over there and sit, get up in the stand about 4:45, 4:50. Last shooting light 6:06. So it's going to be about an hour, 15 hour, 20 minutes of sitting. Obviously, if you hunt, you know that's not ideal at all. You want to definitely get up there hours before. But gotta do what you gotta do during the week. This is the only way that I can get up there in the stand, and we're still in the middle of this cold front. We're gonna get a pretty big pressure change tomorrow. The cold front's moving out, storm's moving in tomorrow and through the weekend. So this is pretty much the last opportunity we have to hunt until next week with the bad weather we got coming. So I have a feeling that the deer should be up and moving. We'll see if my feeling is right, but I think that they're going to be up and moving and trying to get some food and eat in the cold weather before the storm rolls through. So, let's just see what happens this afternoon. I'm going to put out some estrus. This property specifically, the best rut time is supposed to be December 1st through December 9th, and now obviously it's only November 30th. It's not December 1st, but you guys know how that works. There's no set date range for stuff like that. It can be before and after. So I'll be putting some of that out when I get up there right at 4:50. He put some out last night, and that's actually what brought the buck in, because that buck hadn't really daylighted until yesterday. So we're just gonna have to see what happens. Fingers crossed. We're right now on the season. We're sitting at 2 bucks. That decent 7-point on Halloween night that I showed you all pictures of in the last episode, as well as the captain, the big 11-point that I got. So it's been a good season, but my goal was not just to get that good buck, it's to get 5 bucks. So we got 3 to go, and this is the prime time for that to happen. So hopefully we're going to get some action soon, and I'm going to be able to get something on camera for y'all. But stick with us, and let's get out there this afternoon and see if we can work a little magic.
Meh.
Alright guys, successful hunt. Got my first one on video, and I'm just excited, man. I'm excited. It's not the buck that I wanted, but I'm excited to finally be able to have a successful hunt on video to share with you guys. I'll talk more about that hunt as soon as we get in here to recover this deer. My buddy Tony is on his way to meet me right now, so we're gonna go ahead and track it, and then I'll talk to y'all in there. But I'm just so happy that I finally got one on camera. Finally was able to film one. So I'll see you guys in there. So for those of you guys that are trying to, I don't get me wrong, I drag most of my deer out. I just grab it by the head and I start dragging. But this guy's a couple hundred yards in here. So Tony brought this. It's just a kid sled, like you'd use for a snow hill or something. We live in Florida, so there's no snow hills. But throw this buck up on it. We're just going to grab that string down there and we're going to start dragging. It should slide pretty easily out of here. Alright guys, so it is November the 30th. Shot this buck. It was right about probably 5:35. I have a couple of bigger deer on the property, but one is a really wide 7-point that I told you guys about before. And he's got a broke G2. His G2's broken off, and he's going to be a stud of a buck next season. And as much as I wish, I wanted to shoot him this season, I'm not going to do it. Made that tough decision. I'm going to let him grow. Next season, let that G2 grow back on. He's going to be a heck of a deer. This is the same property I killed the captain at, if you watched my last episode. And his tips, he has an acorn tip, kind of like the captain did on a couple of his points. So this is honestly very well probably a son of the captain. It's a nice little 8-point. Obviously, it's not the buck I really came in here for, but he was walking out. He has a pretty good body on him, and it was daylight, and I've been dying. It's been my biggest wish to film a hunt and be successful for a YouTube video, a successful hunt. Every time I've shot a deer this season, the 7-point I shot at a different property was on Halloween night. I forgot to bring my camera, and then the captain, of course, he came out last 5 minutes shooting light. You can't see crap on a camera at that point, so I wasn't able to film him either. And so this is my first buck that I've been able to shoot and get camera footage of, and I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited. I'm blessed. This is only my 3rd year hunting, and I don't know how many, but I've probably killed 10 or 11 bucks at this point, and I know a lot of people go a long time without even getting their first buck. So I am extremely blessed to be able to hunt the properties I hunt, and be able to take these deer and put meat in the freezer for my friends, my family. I can't thank God enough for the opportunities I get. I want to thank Tony as well. He came out here and helped me recover this deer, and is right behind the camera right now, helping me record this episode. And so I want to thank him for all the help he's given me and everything he's taught me. Because let me tell you, 3 years ago, I didn't know anything. He came out to my very first property. I got permission to hunt and scouted it with me and showed me where to put a stand and everything. And without him, I would never put a stand there. I wouldn't know where to put a stand. So I've learned a lot over the last couple of years, and I'm just grateful for that as well. I do want to say, remember to check out the link in the bottom, Tony's episode of the freak that he shot out at his property. Heck of a Florida deer. I went out there and helped him recover it, and you guys got to watch that episode and see how massive that deer is. So make sure to go check that out. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into this episode. Hopefully, before the season's out, I'm going to be able to get you another one. My goal is 5 bucks this season. Not any half racks or spikes or anything like that. I want 5 rack bucks this season. This is number 3. Season ends late January, so I got time to get 2 more. I do have time, and we'll see if I'm able to get it done. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and thanks again for tuning in. Have a good night. What a deer, man. He's long.